Hello, my name is Augimeri. I'm a grade 12 student and I would like to share what I have learned about global warming and how it can be dealt with. There have been countless studies and reports by independent organizations which all conclude that global warming is affecting our planet and our impact on the environment has been increasing over the past few years. For example, according to Axel Timmerman of the University of Hawaii, ocean surfaces are now the hottest they have been since records began. In July this year, ocean surfaces were 0.55 degrees Celsius above the average since 1890, just beating the previous record of 0.51 degrees in 1998, proving that ocean temperatures are rising and are rising at an increasing rate. According to this graph, this rise in temperature also holds true for land temperatures as they are also increasing in accordance with ocean temperatures. Global warming is affecting the entire world. Some parts are more severe obvious than others, but everyone is somehow affected. For example, global warming makes the ocean levels rise due to the melting of the polar ice caps. When oceans rise, land will be consumed by water, destroying everything in its path. And as you can tell, much of the polar ice caps have been melted over the past 20 years. Some major cities that are on course to be affected by the rising sea levels are Miami, Mumbai, Shanghai, New York, and many more. After being consumed by the ocean, the land will be unusable, and millions of people will be displaced from their homes. However, it does not stop there. The water will also consume plants and cause them to die. With the death of the plants, the wildlife will lose their habitat and their food source. This puts a huge strain on these creatures, and most will not be able to overcome it. When these animals die, it causes the rest of the food chain to suffer, and humans are at the top of the food chain. We will eventually have less food, and our continued existence will be in jeopardy. The rising ocean temperatures are also causing algae production to decrease. Algae are producers that float on the top of water. These floating green algae are food to many consumers in the ocean. Like the chain reaction in the food chain that was just mentioned, it will again occur in the ocean. There are many different contributors to global warming. However, none more than greenhouse gases. Most greenhouse gases come from burning fossil fuels such as oil and coal. These are mainly burned for transportation purposes and to create electricity. According to the American Meteorological Society, it is clear from extensive scientific evidence that the dominant cause of the rapid change in climate of the past half-century is human-induced. Increases in the amount of atmospheric gases, including carbon dioxide and chlorofluorocarbons, methane, and nitrous oxide. These chemicals in our air are adversely affecting our climate, and as study has proven, human activity is a major contributor to the warming of our planet. Trees and other plants capture carbon dioxide from our air and release oxygen. With fewer trees and other plants, there is not only less oxygen for us, but there is also more carbon dioxide in our air. Our economy is attempting to become greener with the help from government regulations. We are creating more efficient forms of transportation and are converting our power sources to sustainable power, such as wind or solar, even hydro. Some estimates have our annual production of renewable electricity as high as 25% by 2018. Nonetheless, we have such a high demand for electricity and transportation that these sustainable power solutions cannot support our need on its own. After much research and many documentaries, I realized that we are at a critical stage and we must act now. Contrary to popular beliefs, I am a believer in doing the little things to make our planet a better and more habitable place for all creatures to live. For example, conserving energy by always turning the lights off, having as few on as possible, not letting the water run uselessly, wearing a sweater indoors in the winter months instead of turning the furnace a few degrees higher, and much more. It is a proven fact that if we all do a few little things, we will go a long way in improving and stopping global warming and its damaging effects. Global warming is an important concern to all of us. It is easy to paint a dark picture of the future. Tough choices need to be made between continued global warming or fundamentally changing our lifestyle. But just because our future looks dim, do not lose faith and just come to the conclusion there is nothing to be done. When there was an ozone layer crisis caused by the amount of hairspray being used, we as a planet realized our destructive ways and fixed the solution by stopping the use of these harsh chemicals and by repairing our ozone through scientific research. We were successful in the past and we can again be successful in the future. Thank you.